Good morning. This is the beginning of the sixth semester. So, let me introduce you to the syllabus for this semester. This is General English second paper and semester 6. The title of our course is Modern English Structure Introduction to English Grammar. Okay, the paper code or course code is General English second. There are 75 marks and end semester examination carries 40 marks, continuous assessment 35 marks, and these total 75 marks give you 3 credits. Okay, now let me explain the features of this course as prescribed by the university. The course induces an undertaking of the mechanism of the English language. Okay, so the course makes you understand how the English language runs, how it is used, how it is written. Because in the previous semester we discussed phonetics, that is the spoken aspect of language. Now let us turn to the written aspect of language. The second feature of the course is the notion of grammatical correctness in practical usage is highlighted. Grammatical correctness is the important thing as far as any language is concerned. So here we have to understand the notion, the idea or the concept of the grammatical correctness, how the language should be written grammatically in a proper manner, in a correct way. Now what is the utility, the usefulness of this course? Learners are enabled to understand the logics and practices in the field of English grammar. Logics and practices. What are the rules? What is the logic and how it is used in our day-to-day life? The practical usage. The foundational structure of English grammar is explained. So as I told you in earlier videos also that the language has its own structure. So here we have to understand the structure of English grammar. Learners would be able to use the language with grammatical correctness, the same thing. So these are the features related to the utility of the course. Now let us turn to the objectives of this course. To acquaint, to introduce, to make you familiar with the learners with the English word classes. The most important thing here in this paper is we will be introduced, the learners will be introduced to English word classes. There are various types of word classes are there, like nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, prepositions, articles, conjunctions, interjection. So we will be introduced, we will get the knowledge of all these word classes. To study word structures and affixes. Now this part is related to a special discipline, an area of study known as morphology. How a word is made, how a word is structured. There are root words, there are prefixes, there are suffixes which are collectively known as affixes. So we have to understand how the words are structured, that is the morphology of the word. To study the basic clauses and phrases in English is the third objective of this course. We have to study the basic clause and phrase. Now we have started from word classes. Afterwards we go to the phrases, that is the group of words. Like noun phrases, verb phrases, prepositional phrases, adjective phrases and adverb phrases. So there are verbs as well as clauses. Okay, main clause, subordinate clause, independent clause, dependent clause, nominal clause. There are various types of clauses are there, and that also we have to study. That is one of the objectives of this course. To understand the sentence structure and forms and meaning. Another important, and this is something new to you, that is the structure of a sentence. Basically we know that the sentence is divided into subject and predicate. Again there are various elements of a sentence like subject, verb, object, complement, adverb. So there are various elements and that are included in the sentence structure, and it is again related to the form of a sentence as well as the meaning of a sentence. We will go into the details of all these concepts later on. Next objective is to identify the common errors. So there are various common errors. There are various mistakes that we commit when we use English, because it's a foreign language. Now it's our official language. Still our mother tongues are different, like Marathi or Telugu or Urdu and so on, Tamil, Kannada, etc., etc. So it is possible that there remain various errors in our usage, and we should correct those errors during the course of this paper or this semester. To identify the common errors and ambiguities in English sentences. Ambiguity, it's a very interesting aspect of language. Ambiguity is the uncertainty of meaning. When a word or a phrase or a sentence has more than one meaning, okay, it is known as an ambiguous phrase or an ambiguous sentence. So there are multiple interpretations in simple terms. So that is another important aspect of language, English language here, and that we will study under the heading of ambiguity. The last of the objectives is to comprehend, to understand the varieties of English language and its dialects. Now there is British English, American English, Australian English, there is Indian English as well. So there are various dialects as well as various varieties of English language, and that we will study by the end of this course. Okay. Now let us turn to the units in the syllabus. The first one is, as I told you, the word classes. Okay, word classes. Word classes are here you can see, these are the word classes: noun, adjective, verb, adverb, pronoun, preposition, conjunction and interjection. So there are these word classes, classes of words. We will study in detail later on. Then the second unit in our syllabus is morphology, that is the word formation. Under this heading, we have to study affixes, derivational and inflectional suffixes, how words are made bigger by adding suffixes or prefixes together, they are known as the affixes. Then we have the basic clauses like noun clause, adjective clause, adverb clause, relative clause. Phrases, as I repeat again, there are the phrases like noun phrase, verb phrase, adjective phrase, adverb phrase, preposition phrase. Phrase is nothing but a group of words. Then under the title of sentence structure, we have to study subordination, coordination, clause form and function. So the how two or more sentences come together and bigger, longer sentences are formed. So that we have to study. Then we have common errors, form and meaning, ambiguity. Ambiguity is again of two types. Lexical ambiguity, when a word is ambiguous, when a word has multiple interpretations, more than one meaning, that becomes lexical ambiguity. And when the ambiguity is there because of the structure of that particular clause, that is known as the structural ambiguity. Then we have varieties of English, spoken and written English, and B, dialects of English, that is Indian, American or British English. So these are the units that we have to study during the course of this paper, that is modern English structure, introduction to English grammar. Thank you.